Hello, friends. We got a podcast. Welcome to my very first episode. This is what I like to call Jumpseat Confessions. Okay? We're going to be talking about all things aviation. And I know that you're probably asking, like, why a podcast? Why did you start a podcast? I know that it's cool. You know, y'all seeing me do a day in the life. Y'all see what it looks like on the planes, on my layovers. And that's cool. But baby, I got stuff to say. I got gems to drop. And what better platform than to do it on here? So this episode is going to be very light, very chilled. I'm just going to probably answering most questions that I typically get is like, how did you get into the industry? How long have you been in the industry? What made you want to be a flight attendant? So I'm just going to go ahead and answer those. So if you do not know me, my name is Ashley. Hey, friends. I have been in the industry for well over a decade. I have been to your big wigs and I've been in your small fries, meaning I have been to the main lines and I have been to your regionals. 777s with CRJ, ERJ, 145, 135. You understand? I even dabbled a little bit in private aviation. Being a flight attendant was actually not something that I actually thought about. My grandmother is the one who introduced the idea to me. I was working as a bartender and a cocktail waitress at Hotel Zaza here in Houston. And one day she just called me. She was like, so-and-so is hiring. Like, I think that you should apply. And I was like, what? I was like, why would I want to be a flight attendant? I had no idea what they did. Like, it never, ever, ever crossed my mind. So, you know, Granny knows best. So I applied and then forgot about it. I applied and then maybe 6 months later, I was getting a pickup order. I remember exactly where I was. I was at My Fit Foods picking up some food and I got a phone call and they wanted me to do a phone interview. Never done a phone interview, but I was like, what's up? How can I help you? Absolutely. Like I was into it. Did the phone interview, got immediately invited for a face-to-face in, I'm not gonna say where, but I got a face-to-face interview. And babe, when I tell you, they don't care about your time. They tell you where to be and they need to make sure that you're there. So I'm just like, bro, I got a job. Like I just can't be taking off work. But I made it work. I went to my face-to-face interview. That same day, I went to my, I think they called it a physical, I'm not sure what they call it now, but it's basically like making sure that you can fit through the emergency exit, making sure that you can fit down the aisles, and making sure that you can fit on the jump seat. I don't know why I can't remember what that is called, but that's what I did. So I did that, and I remember at the end, they were just like, okay, so here are the training dates. Like I literally got hired on the spot. So literally my world just kind of blew up. Like I did not know what I was getting myself into. I was nervous because it's something new. So I remember training was 8 weeks, wasn't paid. I cried every single day. Every week you had to pass a test. You had maybe 1 or 2 retakes. The emergency evacuations, you had 1 or 2 retakes. And I remember I failed a retake. I think I had 2 chances and it was emergency evacuation. Thankfully I passed, but it was no joke, man. Like it wasn't like, I don't know really what I expected, but it was hard. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like that training, especially if you haven't been in the industry before, it's hard. Thankfully I passed the training, was immediately shipped off to my base, and I hated it, y'all. I hated every single moment of it. I was based in Miami. I moved to Miami, left my boyfriend, left my dog. Baby, I was sick. And the very first opportunity that I had to come back to Texas, I took it. Now, I didn't know that I was going to be switching my 777s for a Embraer, 145. Had no idea. But honestly, me being at the regional, I was there for a few years and I loved it. I'm an introvert. So being by myself with just 2 pilots, it worked for me. I loved every second of it. After that, I did take some time off from the industry, maybe about, I want to say 6 or 7 years, but then it just kept calling me back. Like it just kept calling me back. And one day, and I had 2 dogs, and at that time I was really wrapped up into a veterinarian world. Like I wanted to be a vet tech. That was my thing at that time. So I had 2 dogs. One had just passed away. I had her for 17 years. And then I made a decision to rehome my 4-year-old. And that was probably the worst feeling ever. But I felt good about my decision. And once I was able to find a home that I felt good for her, I got back into the industry. And I got to my 3rd airline. And on my 3rd airline, which was another regional, my current carrier was hiring. So I applied. I was still on probation with my regional. Got hired onto my current carrier, and life has just been lifing ever since, and I do not regret it. I love being a flight attendant, obviously, because of flexibility of the schedule, but honestly, like, I love serving people. I genuinely, like, get full off of it, and I feel like if you don't have that type of mind mentality, this is not the industry for you. You have to genuinely want to help people and not expect a thank you or anything in return. And it's so crazy because, like, I'm the only child, I'm the only grandchild, I'm the only niece. I never was serving nobody. I was never sharing nothing. So, like, the fact that I love doing this is crazy to me, but I do. I do think that you have to make this job work for you because, first of all, the flexibility is out of this world. So you have to take the flexibility that you have and explore other things, right? But like how I would tell people to get into the industry, you have to be consistent and you have to be persistent. This is where it kind of weeds out who wants it, like who kind of wants it and who really wants it. Because on the outside looking in, you think that this is impossible. Like, I'm never going to get an interview. I'm never going to do this. And honestly, like, you can feel that way. But like, once you in the industry, you're going to be like, this it? This what I've been waiting on? Like, it's so like, honestly, I'll be telling people, like, it's not that hard. All you got to do is just apply. The trick is like knowing when to apply. I always encourage people, go to the carrier that you want to work for, create an account on their career website, and then when that position is hiring, you're going to get an email. It's really that simple. But you got to make sure that you have your resumes and at least 10 years of background history ready to go, because these applications are not open for days and days and days. We all know when my carrier was hiring, baby, we shut it out, 20, 30 minutes? Now, I don't know why they do that, but they do. So as soon as you know that this is, we're going to be hiring, or, American is hiring, United is hiring, you need to be on your computer ready to go right then and there. So that's it, friends. That's really all that I have for y'all for this episode. So it was really quick. But anything else that you guys want me to talk about, let me know. Any questions that you have, let me know. I will be more than happy to answer any and all questions that you have. Like I said, this is new. So we're going to figure this out together. We see each other, right? So, all right, bye, friends.